Now let us discuss certain environmental issues which are facing to us. The first one is greenhouse effect. This greenhouse effect is one of the important naturally occurring phenomena which is much essential to maintain temperature of earth for sustainable development of life. The present temperature of earth is found to be near about or approximately 15 degrees centigrade, which is much helpful for sustainable development of life or for growth and development of life or all life forms on the earth surface. This is because of greenhouse effect, a natural phenomena. If there is no greenhouse effect, the temperature of earth would be minus 18 degrees centigrade, and at this temperature existence of life on the earth cannot be imagined. So it is a naturally occurring phenomena. Greenhouse effect is a naturally occurring phenomena and it is essential one. In greenhouse effect, four major gases and some trace gases, they are important. CO2, CH4 methane, CFC chlorofluorocarbon, nitrogen oxides, NO2 and NO3 both, and other gases 1% only in trace quantity. These gases are considered to be the greenhouse gases which produce an effect called greenhouse effect. That they are said to be the greenhouse gases which are responsible to hold heat energy and create heating effect or warming effect on the earth. Generally, a blanket of these gases is found to be present surrounding to the earth in the earth's atmosphere, and they help to maintain temperature of earth near about 15 degrees centigrade. Otherwise, if this greenhouse effect do not occur, the temperature of earth would be near about minus 18 degree centigrade, in which life will not able to life would not able to survive on the earth at such a negative temperature, that is minus 18 degree centigrade. So what actually greenhouse effect means is, you know that during winter season in the temperate regions, plants, particularly vegetables, they are grown in controlled condition in a greenhouse. This greenhouse, it allows solar radiations or heat energy from solar radiations to enter within the greenhouse, but do not allow heat energy to escape out of the greenhouse, and this is how the temperature within the greenhouse is maintained for growth and development of crops as well as vegetables. Same is the effect in case of greenhouse effect. The blanket of these gases, they trap heat energy or infrared radiations which are reflected by the earth surface, and this is how these gases, they try to maintain maximum temperature of earth or near about 15 degrees centigrade, and thus this natural phenomena is much essential for growth and development of living organisms on the earth. Now we will discuss second environmental issue, that is global warming. Global warming. This global warming is also an important environmental issue nowadays, since temperature of earth is getting increased day by day, and this increase in the temperature of earth is because of more emission of carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, methane, chlorofluorocarbon, etc. That is, these greenhouse gases, they are responsible for global warming. See here, solar radiation which are received by the earth, out of these solar radiations, ultraviolet rays, they are absorbed by the ozone layer present in the stratosphere. Infrared radiation, they reach up to the earth's surface. Some of these infrared radiations, they are absorbed by the earth, whereas the infrared radiation having larger wavelength, they are reflected back and they try to escape from the earth's atmosphere. However, the blanket of greenhouse gases like CO2, CH4, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, nitrogen oxides, and certain gases in tracer quantity, they do not allow to escape these infrared radiations out of the earth's atmosphere, and thus heat energy is restored. Heat energy is restored in the earth's atmosphere. Because of this, there is increase in temperature of earth, and this increase in temperature of earth is known as global warming. Global warming may cause several effects. Particularly, it may cause change in pattern of monsoon or rainfall. It may cause it may cause filling of low-lying areas by water. It may also result into the melting of polar ice caps, glaciers, etc. And due to this, low-lying areas will get filled by water. Particularly, major cities, coastal cities particularly, metropolitan cities may get filled with water, and the life may suffer in these cities, and hence global warming should be avoided. So there should be control on emission of such gases which are responsible for global warming. Particularly, if we will observe CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, CFC, which is a major gas emitted from the refrigerants or ACs, refrigerators, etc., it should be controlled. Its emission should be controlled so that we can control global warming. Emission of carbon dioxide through burning of fuels, particularly petroleum, natural gases, etc., it should be controlled so that we can control global warming. So we should control emission of methane, emission of CO2, emission of CFCs, nitrogen oxides, and we should avoid pollution so that global warming should be avoided. Otherwise, if it continues, if the phenomena of global warming it continues, it will be much hazardous to the human beings or mankind's. The next environmental issue is ozone layer depletion. In stratosphere. See here, in the stratosphere, a good ozone layer is found to be present, which is much important in preventing ultraviolet radiations from coming on the Earth's surface. This ozone layer absorbs most of the ultraviolet radiations in the stratosphere and thus protect us from the hazardous effects of ultraviolet radiations. Generally, ultraviolet radiations may cause certain kind of skin diseases, certain kind of eye diseases, as well as they may cause certain kind of cancers. They may lead to mutation in a greater extent, and so to avoid this, ozone layer is much helpful, which absorb ultraviolet radiations. However, nowadays this ozone layer is getting depleted. It is becoming thin and thin because of pollution. The major cause of depletion of ozone layer is that emission of chlorofluorocarbon by air conditioners, ACs and refrigerators. The CFC emitted from ACs and refrigerators, it reacts with the ultraviolet radiations in the stratosphere. This UV rays act upon CFC and release chlorine ions or Cl- ions. Cl- ion further react with ozone and it bring about degradation of ozone. It just act as catalyst. Cl minus ion acts as catalyst and brings about degradation of ozone. Formation and degradation of ozone takes place in the stratosphere continuously. However, if balance between formation and degradation of ozone is disturbed, it will cause ozone layer depletion. That is, if CFC is produced in larger concentrations or it is emitted in larger concentrations, it will cause UV rays will act on CFC. They will release chloride ions. Chloride ions will bring about degradation of ozone, and the ozone layer in that particular region will become thin. This has been happened in the Antarctic region, where ozone layer has become much thin, and this thinning of ozone layer in the Antarctic region is known as ozone hole or formation of ozone hole, which can be seen in the Antarctic region. Because of this thin ozone layer or ozone hole formation, UV rays will directly reach on the Earth's surface and they will cause hazard to the biodiversity and to the entire living entities. So, to avoid this ozone layer depletion, we should control emission of CFCs in the atmosphere. It is the only way to control ozone layer depletion.